Well, joining us on Newsnight to analyze the renewed political crisis in Rivers State following the latest impeachment moves against the governor and his deputy by the House of Assembly, I have Dr. Ibrahim Modibo. He's a political affairs analyst and no stranger to the House. Thank you very much for joining us, and a Happy New Year to you. Good to have you.
Thank you, Madam Ngozi.
Okay, so very quickly, let's get your thoughts on, the unfolding events in Rivers State. For the third time, the State Assembly has decided to impeach the governor for all manner of reasons, about 7 of them. First off, what are your thoughts on that? And do you really think that Fubara can survive this?
Thank you, Madam Ngozi. Happy New Year to you and entire Nigerians. At this moment of thought, at this moment of democratic challenges which Nigeria has been confronted with. Let me seek refuge under the philosophical thought of Napoleon the Great, who said, the world suffers a lot, not because of the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of good people. Right. Therefore, to me, the trajectory of the problems confronting Rivers State in particular has to do with conflict of power. Conflict of power between two people. These are the major problems. Based on my studies, based on my understanding of the political system that has confronted Rivers prior to this moment and up to this moment, I can see the hands of the former governor, who seems to be the Lord of Mano, and he's one person that, to me, that I see as a politician who has been participating in democracy and has been able to wield a lot of power and influence within the confines of Nigerian politics. Wike, to me, represents everything. A leader and also a man of good conscience and conduct, aspired not to be. For very obvious reasons. I have not for a very long time heard anywhere the Wike goes and people are cheering. Every time, sadness and trails wherever he goes, especially within the political dynamics of this country.
Well, he said in that report now that people come to him and they're happy with him wherever he goes. He's happy. Right?
Yeah. To me, people could be happy because maybe there are some spoils of office that they are getting. Apart from that, when it comes to real action of democracy, I can see that he is overplaying. There's a kind of drama, or what we say, he's dancing more than the rhythm of the drums. To me, he should have settled down. As a leader, there's no need for compulsion or for him to have an overwhelming influence on the state governor. Agreed, he's the godfather. So what? Has he not also been brought by another person? Has Wike also, under the purview of his administration when he was the governor, has he been trampled upon by others that made him up to the point of governor, from local government chairman to governor? No. So why not allow this man? Allow this man to walk. Allow this man to deliver dividend of democracy to the people of Rivers.
But some would say this is not really necessarily, when you look at it, but a case of Fubara versus Wike, it's Fubara versus the State Assembly, who seek to impeach him for the third time.
If you see a bird dancing on the road, there's somebody that's hitting the drum somewhere in the bush. For the members of the State House of Assembly to be behaving the way they did, or the way they are doing, there must be a trigger. And this trigger, from all the historical perspectives, seems to suggest from one man. Now, Madam Ngozi, let us ask ourselves this fundamental question. What has Governor Fubara done to deserve this movement towards impeaching him as a governor?
Well, because if you look at the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Yes.
The fundamental question.
Yes.
Because we don't have all night or all day, if you like.
Yes.
Can Fubara survive this? What will it take for him to survive this onslaught this time around?
Yeah, Fubara can survive it. And I think he has the capacity.
How can he?
With the assistance of the National Secretariat, who are currently backing him, and also the APC governors. All of them should have a team, should form a very formidable team to withstand this pressure. Otherwise, we're destined for a very dangerous democratic journey. To me, the best thing to do is for the state, for the national leadership of the party to stand up and pick up the gauntlet. Make sure that this kind of thing is not allowed. After all, Wike is neither in APC nor in PDP. So what is his business in the party? And looking at even the State House of Assembly, most of their allegations that they brought along, they are just frivolous allegations that I think it looks very comical.
Demolition of Assembly Complex, unapproved budgetary spending, withholding of funds meant for Rivers Assembly Service Commission. Of course, the issue of the budget, refusal to obey Supreme Court ruling on House financial autonomy, seizure of salaries of clerk of Rivers Assembly, Emeka Amadi, on and on and on. They say he has failed to present another budget. You
see, if God can forgive us of our sins, I do not see why the Rivers State House of Assembly should not be able to forgive the governor for what they perceive as a sin. Because already he has been punished by the government. They have made him to leave the seat, and they brought a sole administrator. What else do they want? And looking at the issue of budget, the issue of budget has already been passed by the National Assembly under the purview of the sole administrator. Therefore, what budget again does he need to submit to the Assembly? And then thirdly, if you look at the issue, some of them are just pedestrian. When I read them, I laughed because they are personal. They are all thinking about their private pockets, not thinking about the people. Fubara, based on my research and findings, has been able to do a lot. He has, I think so far they said he has done about 100,000 housing units for the poor. He has paid salaries and allowances of pensioners and what have you as at when due. And that even within the parameters of the national budget for the lowest income earner, he has perceived that. And almost every year he has been given the Rivers people the 13th month. I'm not from Rivers. I've never known Fubara from Adam. And I don't even know him. I've never met him.
So in spite of what you say are his achievements,
yes,
the State Assembly still want him out. They still want to impeach him. Now, on the issue of how can he survive, President Tinubu once intervened. Not just once or twice. Should he intervene again? And on whose side really do you think Tinubu would be on? Who do you think may be sacrificed if it has to come, to that?
For Tinubu, it is between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Right.
He has to take a stance. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, he should be able to look at the two scenarios. Wike is not adding any value as far as I'm concerned to him politically within his party. And so far, there is now a fight between the executives of the party at the national level and at the state level with Wike.
Which party are we talking about now? The
APC. Yes. And therefore, to me, President Tinubu must pick up the gauntlet and then stand on a position. And the position I want him to stand is he should be able to nip this in the bud. Otherwise, all these governors that have come in from other parties that have jumped the fence and came into the party will know that they are not safe because Tinubu can abandon them at any time. Therefore, he must, as a matter of urgency, make sure that he has assisted Fubara, especially with the voices of the Niger Delta elders that have so Pandev, they have called for ceasefire and have even assembled some of the best brains Nigeria can hold. In trying to look at the mediate in the whole processes. I think what should be done is to call Wike to order. Believe me, if Tinubu fails to call Wike to order, Wike is just like...
what would that call to order look like? To say, look, stop, sheath your sword?
Yes.
As simple as that?
Stop.
Or it may take a lot more than just saying, hey,
rein
it in.
Yeah, look at it. His absence within this point in time, going to Rivers to go and canvass, he has started politicking. And I'm surprised that the INEC Independent National Electoral Committee under this professor has not been able to stop him, because the professor, when he came right from day one, he has made sure that all the billboards of the president has been removed. And that is to show that there is neutrality. Now he has allowed Wike to be going to local governments to go and start campaigning. This is against the electoral law. He
says it's a thank you.
No, it doesn't matter. He has been assembling people and talking about the virtues of the president. Who is he deceiving? This is deception of impunity. So as far as I'm concerned, the state, the party should look inwards. The party should be able to tell the president, frankly, that look, we must save our own. This person is not in our party. And also, it's a warning to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Believe me, the way I look at Wike, even Tinubu is not safe. He can torpedo Tinubu under any circumstance when it comes to politics and his interest. Look at what has happened in PDP. If Wike is annoyed, though, he's just like a bulldog. He can demolish anything that he wants to demolish because he has the power, he has the influence, and he also has the resources.
And he has a structure, according to him.
Look, that structure, as far as I'm concerned, is a structure of trouble. Because a structure is meant to build, it's not to destroy. Look at wherever he goes, he bulldozes. Look at the PDP. PDP is not a skeleton or this of itself. Everything has collapsed. It seems to have collapsed. Because if you look at the way and manner, the party that presupposes that they are going to rule for 60 years, unfortunately, things have fallen apart and the center no longer holds. Yeah. Therefore, for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is a warning. Okay. The earlier he sacks Wike, let him go and face Fubara if he wants to fight.
Did you say sack?
Yes, you should allow him to go.
Is that the only way out?
This is part of the strategies.
Okay.
Secondly, if he doesn't want to sack him because of what he feels Wike is doing, he should be able to put his foot on the sands of time. Make sure that everything that he does should be monitored, should be guided. Because believe me, if Fubara is removed with impunity through an enabler of impunity, it's a very sad state to our democracy. And that is a danger to our democracy. That means we're going to have...
okay, we'll have to leave it there.
Yes, we're going to have local champions that could feel they are emperors of themselves within the confines of their states. And it's no longer safe for democracy.
Dr. Ibrahim Modibo, no better place to leave it. Political affairs analyst joining us tonight and giving us your thoughts on developments in Rivers State.